Well met. Your stride carries you with purpose. Are you part of Sergeant Ira's squad? Perhaps you can help her then. There was an attempt on Thane Fiora's life. Her housecarl, the bastard. The sergeant and her squad arrived just afterward to investigate. Our Thane is a masterful warrior. Killed the Horker all on her own. I need to see to my post. You should speak to Fiora. Her hall is just up the stairs off the main square.
Good to know there's another brave soul in town. The Eight guide your steps in the Molten, traveler. Urgent news, eh? Perhaps it'll take her mind off the troubles. Been enough of that lately.
My friend, I would swear we only spoke days ago. I can see by the look on your face you know of Nimulton's dark times. Well enough. It's good to have a reason to get up in the morning. Without my family the way it was, it's easy to wallow in thoughts of Bleakrock. Of the good days. This investigation, that's what I do now. Denskar used to say I latched onto things like a mama bear. Wouldn't let... After my breakdown...
What brings you to my hall? You don't look in need of a Thane's help. And if you are with Ira, I am not in need of her help either. A friend of Ira's? Well then, welcome to Nimulton. The King's Arrow, yes? Well met. Tell no one that Backloggery was a member of the Worm Cult. I won't have Nimulton fall into chaos. We are on his trail. My advisor and the court mage search for any hint of the cult as we speak. Keep that to yourself. I won't have the Nimulton fall into chaos. We're on his trail. My advisor and the court mage search for any hint of the cult as we speak. Slow. My advisor Borodin is at the inn questioning townfolk. My court mage Golan is at the Mages Guild researching the worm cult. Would you help them? My people should not suffer for any problems within my court. I should have seen Backloggery's treachery before it came to roost in my very hall. There's not much to tell. Bastard asked me for a private conference, said he had something sensitive to tell me. When we were alone, he pulled a knife. I had to crush his scaly neck with my bare hands. Not a thing. To think of all the days I let that scaleback drink my mead, live in my hall. Brrr!
Let me guess. You're looking for worm cultists, right? Well, here we are. We're all worm cultists. Everyone in Nimultan worships worms and dances with Daedra. I've learned that the Thane needs to settle down. Having a troubleshooter come all the way out here because Fiora had a fight with a housecarl. Shameful. It makes Nimultan look bad. I'm thinking we need a new Thane.
I heard there's a crater in the middle of Selphora now. Not much else.
Get out of here! I'm busy! The Thane is impatient. I almost have it. At first, it stumped me. Why would the cult come to this backwater? What could the cult find in Nimultan and nowhere else? I need to do more research. I need to consult a book in the Thane's library to be certain. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
How goes the investigation?
You can do better than that.
Nimultan reminds me of Bleakrock. All these good people oblivious to danger. If only we could have protected my husband and son. Have you learned anything? He's a fool. Has Golan uncovered anything interesting? Oh? And what is that? I'm eager to learn what he uncovers. In the meantime, would you investigate Betarnes's home? It's just south of the Thane's Hall. I trust you'll miss nothing.
You ask too many questions.
Murder? On my watch? Oh, good to see you. I have sad news. Golan is dead. We heard the sounds of a struggle. My soldiers and I arrived too late. In the library with a pair of smashed skeletons. The worm cult, I am sure of it. But how did they get past my guards? First the attack against the Thane, and now this. I've asked my soldiers to take a more active role in defending the hall. I pray it's enough. You're not afraid, are you? Stay strong, my friend. We'll find the heart of this corruption.
Greetings, Master Drendorf. As always, your memories are alive in me. How may I serve? I am as you made me, Master. A Magicka memory matrix. A place to hold safe your dearest memories. Research entry. As I suspected, the worm cult plans to use bound companion spirits to empower Sinmur. I found evidence they're gathering in the crypt beneath Nimalten. The footprints lead from this fireplace. Here. What? No! Yes, Master Drendorf. Your notes on the companions indicate they once bound powerful heroes as eternal guardians. I cannot recall any other information on this subject. Greetings, Master Drendorf.
My brethren moved to take Nimalten. They need you out of the way. I doubt I can take you in a fair fight. Luckily, I don't have to. While I keep you busy, the Thane gets a final recruitment order. If she refuses, she dies.
He's not the sharpest arrow in the quiver.
cultists. They came out of nowhere. Ira, she was leading them. She demanded I join the cult. Surprised her. I don't know. I cut her and she scampered like a skeever. Shut up and get out of here. Bleeding feels good. Reminds me I'm alive.
I saw her head toward the water.
So you've come to kill me. Do you remember Denskar? Litrek? Do you remember how they died, bleeding from Covenant blades? I watched it all. I watched them die. You can't know how painful that is. I barely see Trin. She's off on her missions. And she'll be dead soon, too, in this pointless war. The worm cult came when I was grieving. They said they could reunite me with my husband, my boy. All I had to do was pass information about the pact. Maybe, but I chose to believe. It wasn't just secrets. Soon the cult asked me to kill for them. Golan, Thane Fiora. Trin would despise what I've become. I'm done with the cult. But it's too late, isn't it?
Your legend ends now, hero of Valfoyant.
So, Ira was behind much of this, wasn't she? I don't pretend to know her reasons. All I want to know is whether you've dealt with her or not. Yes. I'm thankful for these wounds, in fact. They woke me up. A Thane must be ever vigilant. The worms will find no shelter in the shadows of New Malton. My court is empty and my people are frightened. What will tomorrow bring, I wonder?
I was looking for Sergeant Ira, but the Thane tells me she was slain valiantly defending her from the worm cult. I've just come from Pine Peak Caverns. The worm cult ambushed us. There are researchers there trapped in the caverns. I fear the worst.
I'm going to kill that old Dunmer. He's probably laughing, enjoying a drink, thinking me dead. Too real, that old netch. He sent bandits after me. They assaulted me on the road and took my silk. I want the bandits dead, and Too Real in irons. They said they're dealing with the bandits, but don't believe me about Too Real. He did this, I'm certain. I'll pay you if you get my silk from him. I've looked for him throughout the town, except the inn. I bet he's there. Don't eat the bread, it's stale. Stick with the drinks. At least they're still potent. That bastard sent the bandits on me. Their leader, Chanda, told me he hired her. I was lucky to escape alive. Look, how about I pay you to steal back the silk from Chanda? You'll find her camp to the east. Okay, I hired her to attack him, but she still stole my silk. Listen, forget about killing all those bandits. Would you just retrieve my silk? Is this my silk? I had to. Two Real steals my customers, badmouths my wares. Plus, I have a starving family in Stonefalls. Would you doom my poor family? My silk. Did you find my silk? Yes, I did, and I'll tell you why. I've not told anyone this, but the money I make with this silk, it goes to suffering war refugees. If you give me my silk back, you save hungry families torn apart by war. My hero returns with my spun gold. I'll buy you a pint as soon as you... Sheogorath must have touched my mind. I could have sworn you just said the silk has been destroyed. Oh, you're a priest now, morally superior. To oblivion with you. You know, I may just buy Turiel a drink. Yes, have a little chat about who's going to stab you to death. This town is filled with criminals and cultists. Why did I think you'd be different? The silks I peddle would have been wasted on these barbarians. You think me a peddler? That I'm not a threat? You don't know me, but you will.